Hi. So the homeowners insurance video I did, yeah, it got some people fired up, which is good because I think people need to be fired up about what is going on. I think people need to speak up because I think we're all in for it. I really do. I have no idea what is going to happen with this homeowners insurance situation. Am I concerned about, myself and my husband? Yes, as you are concerned about you and your family. Like we've been on our house 25 years. I've been paying homeowners insurance for 25 years. We've had two claims, and I'm honestly afraid to have another one. I'm petrified because I've heard so many stories about people getting canceled for even putting one claim in. So then you say, what's the point of having homeowners insurance? Now you hear what's going on in California. The fires are not completely out yet. It's Friday, January 17th, 2025. Our hearts go out to the people in Los Angeles, Southern California, and everyone else who is still dealing with natural disaster issues. And there are many people out there who are, from situations that have happened a long time ago. I believe people are still dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, which is crazy to me. So I decided to Google, what happens if you lose your homeowner's insurance. And this is what came up in Google first. This is from FEMA.gov. And it says, what to know about insurance. Purpose. The insurance industry plays a vital role in supporting building codes so that homeowners and occupants are better protected against and prepared for natural hazards. I mean, that first sentence right there, you're better prepared for natural hazards. These wildfires are exactly what they're called, wildfires. They could not be controlled. This section explains what insurance options are available and how purchasing insurance helps protect both renters and homeowners. What homeowners insurance gets you, I'm not going to read everything, please. I would not do that to you. But first paragraph says, homeowners insurance protects your home, contents, and personal belongings against the damage caused by natural hazards. If a disaster strikes, having insurance for your home is the best way to ensure that you have the financial resources needed to help repair, rebuild, or replace what has been lost or damaged. Having an insurance policy on your home needs to be part of your overall disaster recovery plan. So you have to have it. If you get a mortgage, you have to have homeowners insurance, just like when you go and purchase a car. If you are taking out a loan on your car, you have to have a certain type of insurance. Usually it's full coverage. I know that's what it is here in Rhode Island. Unless you're paying off a majority of the car, then you only have to get liability. And there's all different levels to that. But homeowners insurance, you take out a mortgage, you cannot sign the paperwork to have the keys handed over to you unless you have proof of homeowners insurance, plain and simple. So if you have to have homeowners insurance, you should have the peace of mind that you will be protected against any type of natural disaster. Now, these poor folks in Los Angeles, they're out there wondering what their next step is. First of all, just getting over the shock of what has happened to their home. Many of these, I heard over 15,000 structures have been destroyed and damaged. As of today, I've heard 25 people have lost their lives, and I believe 18 are unaccounted for. It seems like that number could be higher because they probably haven't even been able to do location efforts for people that are missing. So there is still a lot of that. Now, another question is, and has come up with a lot of people, do you keep paying for your homeowner's insurance if you have been affected by a natural disaster? And right in Google comes up the first thing, yes, you should continue paying your homeowner's insurance premiums after a disaster, even if your home is damaged or destroyed. Your policy includes liability protection, which can be important even if your home is uninhabitable. Okay, so what are the time limits in you receiving a check if your home is uninhabitable? Because if your home is uninhabitable, you've lost everything. You have no clothes. You have nothing. You have no food. You have, and even some of these people have lost their cars. So you have no method of transportation unless you are lucky enough to have family and friends who are able to help you with all of those things. Now, most people do. Most people have a support system. They can get clothing. They can get a temporary place to live. They can get food. There's all of that. And I saw one post about a big, and I'm sorry I don't have the complete information. There's a big gymnasium or a structure that people are allowed to go into and get the clothing they need, water, food, everything, diapers, formula, everything. So that's great. However, that's the only thing I've heard about so far. Still, I talked about this the other day. And if your home is uninhabitable, how are you able to work? How are you able to go to a job? What if you had a remote job? What if your computer was completely damaged? I mean, I would think the turnaround time to get you a new computer from your company would take a little bit of time. And where are you going to do your work if you don't have a place to go? There's so many levels of factors here in paying your homeowner's insurance if your home was destroyed. And it says what to do after a disaster. File a claim. Okay, I'm sure a lot of people have already done that. Ask for a reduction. That should be a given. To me, you're paying all of this money for years and years and years. You should be able to get some type of leeway for a certain amount of time to get yourself back on your feet. You should not be expected to pay your mortgage or your homeowner's insurance if you have been the victim of a natural disaster, especially as catastrophic as this one. However, they're saying that, yeah, people still have to pay their mortgage, they have to pay their insurance, they have to pay everything. That's another really scary thing. And then the next thing, keep coverage of your belongings. That's kind of hard to do with everything. I guess, keep a log of your high ticket items that you own, before, and hopefully nothing ever happens like this to anyone again. This is just horrific. Reevaluate your coverage. You have fire insurance, but even if you do, I mean, just like State Farm, they just dropped people's fire coverage. They just said, you know what, we're not going to cover you for fire anymore. A few months ago in California. Interesting. And like I said the other day, it's as if someone knew this was going to happen. It's so insanely crazy what is going on. And then ask about payment options. If you're having trouble making payments, ask your insurance company about a forbearance option or late fee waivers. Again, I would think you're going to have to ask for it. They're not going to just give it to you, but hopefully that option is available. Just like your mortgage. If you can't pay your mortgage, there is forbearance. Remember back to 2008, 2009, the whole housing crash. People not only lost their homes, they were able to go into forbearance for years. Some people didn't even pay their mortgage for years because of what happened. And then what else did I look up? I looked up paying your mortgage after a disaster. And the first thing that comes up in Google, yes, you are still responsible for paying your mortgage after a disaster, even if your home is destroyed. However, you may be able to get temporary relief. Contact your mortgage servicer. Absolutely, you should do that. Ask about mortgage forbearance. That's what we just talked about with homeowners insurance. Maybe that's available for these folks. And hopefully it is, because with mortgage forbearance, what they did in the housing crisis of 2008, 2009, when everything crashed, fell through the big hole in the ground, people were able to, who did not pay their mortgage, they were able to get that amount put on as a balloon payment onto the back end of their mortgage. So it's not collecting interest, they're not paying for it, but they will have to pay that amount once the mortgage comes due, you're close to paying off the home. So hopefully that is an option for these homeowners, because there's got to be something, but you're not hearing about it yet. You're not hearing about any of that stuff yet. Work out a payment plan that comes with the forbearance. You should be able to go into some type of forbearance period to get yourself up and running again. Speak with an attorney. That's probably a good thing too, even though that's going to cost money. We all know that. But that, hopefully you can get this squared away with your mortgage company and homeowners insurance company without having to speak to an attorney. Because once you bring an attorney in, they can get the job done faster for you, but it's going to cost you a bunch of money. And then another thing I saw that popped up, because I've been hearing about this, people are gouging the amount they're charging for rent in the LA area, people who've been affected by these fires. There's so many people who are without homes. Like I said, over 15,000 structures. People are trying to find places to live. And what someone was charging for rent back in December, it's double that amount now. And that is absolutely disgusting. How can you consciously do that? If anything, you should give a reduction to these people, because if you're able to charge what you can charge for your rental, you can probably knock off a little bit, unless you're running against, the line of what you need to pay your mortgage. But if you have some room, you should be able to bring down that rent just a bit to help these people out. But to price gouge during a time like this, that is, how do you sleep at night? How do you effing sleep at night? However, Governor Gavin Newsom, who people are just ripping apart, what is it? What is he trying to do? LA 2.0? I wouldn't be talking about that right. That's the last thing I would have been bringing up. I would have been bringing up how to help these people today instead of worrying about rebuilding LA, because it's going to get rebuilt eventually. However, talking about being newer, bigger, brighter, whatever he was saying, it's just way too soon for that. Way too soon, in my opinion. You may think something totally different. It's great to give people hope and positivity and shed some light onto a dire situation, but I would be going out, again, that's me, stepping out of the box right away with, how do people get help? That would be the first thing. That would be my priority. So he issued an executive order yesterday, on Thursday, January 16th of 2025, prohibiting rent increases of more than 10% through March 8th of 2025. Well, I guess people are still trying to charge double, which is, like I said, absolutely insane. And violators could face up to a year in county jail, fines up to $10,000 or both, along with civil penalties. Good. And I know that Josh Altman from $1 Million Listing LA, I love them, love the Altmans. I love that show. Oh my gosh, Tracy and Josh Flagg. I love that show. Anyway, he came out this morning. I saw him on with, I don't know, I forget the guy, but the guy, I don't know, whatever interview he did. He's done a bunch of them so far. But Josh said that him and all of the other realtors in the area are making a list of the people who are price gouging, and it's making it really difficult for the realtors to get out there and do their jobs, because they don't want to be involved with the price gougers, because it's going to make them look bad. However, they're trying to get people into homes so they can at least try to get some sense of normalcy in their lives. It's crazy. Really insane. And this did come up for me as I was trying to Google, who's helping, what's going on. And this article came up: Red Cross providing critical relief as thousands face unimaginable loss in Southern California. And Red Cross response: Thursday morning, more than 680 evacuees woke up in Red Cross shelters, which are a safe place for everyone to act as a hub for disaster help. And anyone who has been affected is welcome to stop by to get information, a hot meal, charge their phone, and access other essential support. But what other support are they giving? Now, they put links in here Useful links: find a shelter, prepare to evacuate. Well, that's already happened. Get important information about wildfire safety and preparedness. That's in the past. I mean, there's the important links should be at the top, don't you think? What should you do during a power outage? I'm just reading these right now, and to me, this is all stuff that I don't know. This should be at the bottom of the list. Help find a missing loved one. That's important. Apply for FEMA assistance. What are you going to get? I mean, is he ex-president Joe Biden now? What is he? He's still president today because Donald Trump doesn't take office until Monday. So President Biden was given like what, $700 to people. What are you going to do with $700? You might be able to get a couple of things to eat, but you can't do much with $700. And then it says schedule a blood donation. I'm not doing that right now. I mean, people who haven't been affected, they can do that. But what about for the people who need help right now? And then it says get Red Cross help. Okay, well, that's what I'm trying to figure out here. And then the last one, go to ca.gov/LA fires for more information and resources from state, local, and federal government. Let's go. I can't because I'm not connected. No one will let me connect around here. So I have no idea what that is offering for help. Maybe we can do that in another video. Yeah, I have no internet. I couldn't get internet from Ulta, Target, anybody around here. So I had to kick a seagull out of his spot in the parking lot and just sit here and film. So I don't know. If you guys know anything about where people can get help, put it in the comment box down below. And let's just hope mortgage companies and homeowners insurance companies are doing the right thing for these people. That's all we can hope for. And hopefully we can start hearing about what these companies are doing for these folks who have been affected, because that can give us an idea of what we can expect. Gosh forbid we had to go through something like this, which is terrible. Terrible. But remember, there's flooding, there's hurricanes. We can be affected by anything. Windstorms. The winds, to me, are getting worse as the years go by. Again, just me. That's what I'm seeing. I'm in Rhode Island, for those of you who don't know. And just pray. Just pray for these people. Pray for us. Pray that, like I said, everybody's doing the right thing that they should be doing for these people. All right, guys, talk to you soon. Stay well, stay safe, and love you.